Welcome back to David's Math Hub. So we will be discussing about subtracting fractions with common denominators. So the objective is to understand the concept of subtracting fractions with the same denominator. Vocabulary is going to be similar to adding fractions with common denominators. So it's going to be repetitive. So the numerator is the number on the top of the fraction. Denominator is the number on the bottom of the fraction. Mixed number is when you have a whole number and a proper fraction. Improper fraction is when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. Let's do a question with subtracting fractions with the common denominator. So we have problem number 1. So we have 4 over 5 minus 2 over 5. So the rule for when you subtract fractions is you just subtract the numbers on the top, and the number stays the same in the bottom. So the 5s stay the same. You do not subtract 5 with 5. You only subtract the 4 and the 2. So when you subtract these fractions, 4 over 5 minus 2 over 5, you're going to get 2 over 5. So you might be wondering, how does this look like while using a diagram? So you can also use this when you guys are learning how to subtract fractions. So here is a diagram that will help you guys to understand the idea. So you can see right here, 4 out of the 5 boxes are shaded in, and we're going to subtract that from 2 out of the 5 boxes which are shaded in. And if you do 4 minus 2, you can see that I shaded in just 2 out of the 5 boxes. So the answer is going to be 2/5. Hopefully what I explained and everything I wrote here makes sense. I just want to note, like I mentioned before, so do not subtract the numbers in the denominator. Similar with adding fractions with the denominator, because that represents the whole thing. That's what that denominator represents. And the part is represented by the numerator, and the whole is represented by the denominator. So let's do the next question. So problem number 2, we have 7 over 9 minus 4 over 9. So same rule, you subtract the numbers from the numerator. When you do that, you're going to get 3 over 9. So you can see that 7 out of the 9 boxes are shaded in, and we are subtracting it from 4 out of the 9 boxes which are shaded in. And you can see when we subtract the 2, you're going to get 3 out of the 9 boxes which are shaded in. So you're going to get 3 9s. Let's try the next question. So we have 5 over 8 minus 4 over 8. So what we're just doing is 5 minus 4. When you subtract 5 and 4, you get 1. So it's going to be 1 over 8. So if you want to see it in terms of a diagram, you can see that I have 5 out of the 8 boxes shaded, and we're subtracting it from 4 out of the 8 boxes which are shaded, and that's going to be equal to 1 out of the 8 which are shaded in. So that's going to be your answer. So for problem number 4, we have 1 3/4 minus 5/4. So you can see that the first fraction is a mixed number. So what you can do is make this mixed number into an improper fraction so that we can subtract the numerators together. So how this works is what I think of it as the magic C. So you can see right here, what you do is multiply the 4 with the 1, the whole number, because that represents how many times that 4 can go into that number one whole time. And then what that 3 means is the remainder. So what you're going to do is 4 times 1, which is 4, and you're going to add that with the remainder of 3. So you're going to do 4 plus 3, which is going to give you 7 over 4 minus 5 over 4. You can see that that 5 over 4 is already put as an improper fraction. There may be cases where your teacher might give you the fraction that is in improper form. So there will be cases where you're going to have to change it to improper fractions when you guys are trying to solve the problems. So keep in mind that when you're trying to make this into improper fraction, you have to multiply the denominator with the whole number, and then once you got the product of those two numbers, you have to add it with the numerator. So now we have 7 over 4 minus 5 over 4. So if you subtract these two numbers, you're going to get 2 over 4. So that's going to be your answer. Now using a diagram, you can see that we have one hole where the 4 boxes are shaded plus the 3 out of the 4 boxes are shaded in. And we're subtracting it from 5 out of the 4 boxes. So you're just really doing 7 minus 5, which is going to give you 2 out of the 4 boxes shaded in. So hopefully that kind of made sense. Okay, so try out problem number 5 and see what you can come up with. And if you guys need more time, then as always, you can pause the video and come up with an answer. Alright, so hopefully you guys came up with the following. So we're going to use the magic C. So we're going to multiply 7 and 1, which gives you 7. And then you're going to add 2. So when you add 7 and 2, you should get 9 over 7. And you're going to do 9 over 7 minus 5 over 7. When you subtract 9 and 5, you will get 4 over 7. Now when using a diagram, you can see that I shaded in 9 out of the 7 boxes. And according to that, you can see that we have one hole where we have 7 out of the 7 boxes shaded in. And then we have this extra 2 over 7. So that's why I made an extra box. And you're going to subtract that from 5 out of the 7 boxes which are shaded in. So 9 minus 5 is going to give you 4 out of the 7 boxes which are shaded in. Hopefully what I just explained just now kind of made more sense. So let me know if you like it that way that I just explained it. Okay, so try out problem number 6 and see what you can come up with. Pause the video if you need to. Okay, so if you do 6 minus 4, you should get 2 over 8. Now if you want to use a diagram, you're going to shade in 6 out of the 8 boxes, and you're going to subtract that from 4 out of the 8 boxes. So 6 minus 4 is going to give you 2 over 8. So 2 over 8 is going to be your answer. Alright, so we've reached the end of the lesson. So what did we learn from today's lesson? We learned how to subtract fractions with common denominators, using diagrams to illustrate the fractions, and converting mixed numbers into improper fractions. Mainly, we do the conversions when using subtraction. So if you have any other questions about subtracting fractions, let me know in the comments below. And if you want to see another topic that you guys would like to know about or need help with, then be sure to let me know, and I'll be sure to do it. And thank you for joining the Hub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.